It's High Time Reviews. We back with another one. It's Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 7, Episode 6. Let's jump right into it. Look, it started out with Peppa and TT linking up at Peppa's new.
But here I am. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I can't believe we're sitting here. Everything is like coming along good and everyone's growing. And so, it would do great.
She talk about how she newly single. She show off her new car, you know. And her and TT talk about, you know, her and Egypt mending their fences basically. And TT's more on the fence because she like, listen, my husband is not even on board with being cool with them, in the sense of like, Sean don't forgive Egypt and Sam for basically framing TT and defaming her character to the point where Sam running around talking about somebody wanting him. And Peppa, like, she feel like because TT is the older one, she should be able to be mature and say, you know, talk to Egypt and mend that fence with her. And I'm just thinking, like, why should she have to do that when Sam and Egypt was dead ass wrong? I feel like Sam should be making a honest, genuine apology to them and publicly, because he publicly did that shit on the show. Like, so, and she keeps saying that she feel like TT can help Egypt through her pregnancy. TT just had her baby. It's not like TT got 5 kids. It's not. So, like, she basically ends up telling TT, like, listen, since you already came to Vegas, which was far from California, you might as well just go to Egypt in them house. And she like, well, how far is that? And she like, an hour and a half. TT like, what? She like, I barely wanted to come here. She like, let me just sit on being here for real. Like, let me do that. And honestly, from that scene, I ain't get much, because I think TT is stuck in her ways, especially when it comes to this whole situation with Egypt. And it's Sam's fault, and it's not even wrong, because we all know that TT sees Sam for who he is, and I think Sam don't like that shit. Like, TT can't be played by Sam. Like, so Sam gonna always put that little bug in Egypt's ear and make sure that their little relationship ain't what it's supposed to be, because he don't want to get exposed. Like, that's literally what it is. So, and the next thing, you got the little fake workout, and it's Devin and Sequoia, and they end up chopping it up about a few things. They talk about the whole Cree situation from the last event. And of course, that's opening the door for Sequoia to fucking talk about her mother and Lazy all over again. So then she talks about Lazy's event, and she's like, I don't know if I want to do it. Devin's like, listen, I think you should do it. It would be dope. You need to move past this shit for real. So, and then he's like, somehow they get on the topic a little twist. And here goes Sequoia being hot as shit. Like, she like, oh, I love me some little twist, this, that, and the third. I can't wait, you know. So Devin basically decides to set up like this fucking double, triple date thing. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna invite Twist, you know, you can come, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, why? It don't even seem like Twist is into her. He already said that he would basically only mess with her on the weekends. What did he say, Friday through Saturday or Friday through Sunday? So I don't know what they expect supposed to be going down with that. So, of course, in the next thing, you got to meet up. Sequoia titties are butt.
Twist? Well, I guess I'm dressed for the occasion. Oh, that's why you stepped the way you stepped.
Okay, them things are huge, okay? So you got Sequoia, Devin, Aaliyah, and Eric at the event. And then they waiting on Lil Twist. So Lil Twist show up, and him and Sequoia slide off, and you know, she is like flirting heavy. I'm talking about, she's acting like he's not a rapper. He's a rapper. I thought you didn't like rappers. Oh, you just don't like rappers for your mother, but you'll fuck a rapper. Okay. So you cut over to them two, and they sitting there chopping it up. And my thing with that is she's literally trying her best to get him to smash her. Like, I don't understand why she's so thirsty for this man. I mean, I get it, but so they end up having a conversation. He basically friend zones her. I'm talking about literally friend zones.
I'm just like, oh, but it's okay. I definitely believe Twist when he says he's trying to win my back. We've all been there before. We've made mistakes, and we tried.
Tells her like, I'm trying to get my old bitch back. Like, at this point, I'm about to do anything. I'm a changed man. So I just think it's best for us not even to cross that line of sleeping with each other or even jumping into something where as though like it could jeopardize our friendship in the long run because I'm really going after my ex. Like, so of course she receives that. She says she okay with it, but we all know Sequoia not. And I mean, basically, she's still flirting and she's saying like, I understand you looking for a girl with a big heart, and she like, I got a big heart and a big ass. What would do? Sequoia, we get it. You look good. We see them titties because you're warm for a reason. So just relax. Just relax. Twist is trying to be on the straight and narrow, and you was the fighting temptation. Okay? Let that man breathe. Okay? Like you let them titties. Alright? So like I said, he friend zoned her. She's big hurt. She can't believe it. She must think she too bad to get friend zoned. No, ma'am. Clearly you're not. Because he did. So and the next thing you got TT in his Uber basically like going to Egypt and Sam house. And I'm almost certain Sam not there. He probably somewhere on the fucking gourmet snow cone truck or whatever it is that he doing now. So TT pulls up and she tells the Uber driver, like, look, I don't even know where I am. I think that you should just wait for me and just keep the meter running or whatever, right? So she go in. Egypt literally only shows her a portion of the house. And a lot of people in the comments were saying like they completely understand that because TT is hella judgmental. So it's like, do you want to show TT your whole house, especially if it's not fully renovated or if it's not renovated the way you want it or whatever? But here's my thing. TT and fucking Sean is looking at stupid ass houses in LA that they know they're not even about to be able to afford. So Egypt and Sam being as young as they are, no matter how they purchased that house, they got that house. And hopefully if it's a name, it's a name. So you all to the good. But she ain't show TT nothing but the living room. She ain't show her nothing but the living room, bro. When I say they chopped it up in that living room and that was it. So we got this little small scene with Twist and his pastor. And I'm just like, Twist is serious about like, turning his life over to the Lord, So he's really trying to like get, I guess after beating that case last season, he probably is thinking, God. He literally almost lost that. And he literally was on his third strike. So he would have been screwed for real. So I guess he probably is trying to build a connection with the higher ups. After that scene, you got Aaliyah in the house, and it's basically nighttime or whatever. And, she trying to put the kids to bed, so she's calling her.
Everyone's going to bed. Where's your dad?
Eric is, you already know what Eric is doing. Eric rolling them dice, playing them cards, gambling that bread away. So, of course, Aaliyah feel away, and she calling him, and like that man literally looks at his phone like this, is straight, don't answer it. And then when he finally answers, he basically make Aaliyah seem like she fucking bothering him, and he like, listen, y'all got hella kids, bro. Let your wife know what's going on. I mean, granted, he like, she got my location and all of that, so it's not like a big thing, but nigga, if you stand there till all hours of the night, how is your wife supposed to feel? Like, you making it seem like you don't want to be there with your family. Even if you're not cheating, it's like, and you can't really use it on, you can't even use the basis of like living in a house with 3 women. I guess you could, because I don't necessarily live in a house with 2. So, I mean, that's tough. Two is tough. So I guess 3 could be even tougher. You feel me? So I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying, living in a house with 3 women could be tough. Who the fuck knows? So my man Eric come back from gambling all night, and it's like 4 something in the morning. This man rolls up to the house of this guy.
Damn, I cannot believe Aaliyah just locked me out the house. I'm more surprised that I left my house keys, but knowing her and knowing me, she knows that I do not.
So instead of him calling, which would have been the sensible thing, this nigga hits the bell. Bang, bang. Aaliyah basically locked this man up the fucking house. So mind you, he says he don't really like no type of confrontation in front of their house, so he's trying to keep it cute, you feel me? So he basically ended up going around back and still trying to confront the whole same situation. So he like, Aaliyah, open the door. And she like, Eric, no, I told you, like, no more 4 o'clock in the morning. He like, damn, Aaliyah really locked me out the house. I'm like, bro, why the fuck? You left your keys. So at the end of the day, you locked yourself out of the house. Like, you can't blame Aaliyah. Like, bro, had you had your keys, she wouldn't have been able to do shit. So you're at her mercy. You got to pack it up and go to somebody's house. I know one of your homeboys is up. Or you been listening, take your ass back to the casino. I feel like that shit is an old night type of thing anyway. Fuck it. But she ain't getting up in that house. That's what you're not getting. All right, so in the next scene, you got, I guess it's the next day because Easy at his grandmother's house. Shit, I'd have had to go there last night talking about my mom. Mom, can I stay up here tonight? Because my wife ain't letting me back in the house. So he go in there and he basically asks his grandmother and his uncle for advice. And, you know, he basically tell him about him getting locked out of the house. And he straight tell him, like, it's because I gambled too much.
Gamble the house and the home, you feel what I'm saying? But, you know, my peace and quiet away from home, you know, is becoming a problem for her. Oh, my God. I didn't know that. So you're going to have to cut down on some of this gambling then.
Like, well, how much you going? You know, how often are you going? He like, every day, basically. So they basically tell him, like, bro, you got to make time for your family. Like, it's no way that you can sit there and think that you could go to the casino every day and your household is going to be stable. Like, you got to make it make sense. Like, so, of course, he receiving what they saying, but honestly, we only gonna see if he gonna act on it because he could still spend his money the way he want, do what the fuck he want. Like, they telling him to cut down on the gambling, and like he think it's fine. He think as long as the kids eat, if she got bread, Aaliyah is cool. But I'm telling you, it's all about that time for real because I'm sure Aaliyah is feeling like if you're at the dispensaries all day, right? You pick the kids up, you drop the kids off, and then you go straight back out the house. When are you seeing your wife, bro? When? So, yeah, like I was saying, we probably had to, you know, have a little sad moment because, you know, Twist and them was rehearsing for Lazy's event, and he ended up getting some devastating news about his mom.
Yeah. What's up, man?
So the word is like Lazy's mom unexpectedly passed away while they was filming. And I mean, and honestly, you would think it was scripted had you not heard the phone call. Like, the person on the line was hysterical, like legit, like bawling out in tears and over the phone. So they end up cutting the scene, you know, giving us like the little caption, letting us know what's really going on with Lazy in the situation. So again, that was crazy. And the fact that they felt like they had to put that in the episode was even wilder. Like, what are y'all doing? Why y'all put that in there? I understand, like, this supposed to be like a reality show, but I don't even know if I necessarily would have wanted that. Like, y'all would have had to catch my post reaction. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Like, goddamn Week TV, they really must be cutting the check. You got Pep out here buying new houses and cars. Egypt bought a house. Lazy willing to show his reaction as soon as he found out his mother died. Sequoia won't shut up about her mother and her father. Y'all really paying these people for this? Crazy. As the show winds down, it basically end up just being TT in Egypt hashing over the old shit, the same shit. Like, she end up saying, like, you know, if Sean wants to come to the wedding, you know, he can. I mean, he not necessarily invited, but he can. You know, he can come.
Obviously, there's Sean in it also. He can come. I just know that him and Sam have to, like, squash whatever. Sam's fine with him, like, honestly. So, but you guys can both be invited for sure.
So TT feel like, look, she done already did the right thing and at least coming to the fucking house. You feel me? So she sits down and she has a conversation with her, and it's just, honestly still with them two basically not saying what their issue is with each other. That's really what it boils down to, because that's what they've been doing since last year. But she's basically trying to tell her, like, I don't fuck with your husband. Like, husband, baby, father, roommate, sugar baby, whatever the fuck she want to call him. But she don't like Sam. She don't know if her and Sean gonna come to the wedding or the re-wedding, because like I said, they already married. And honestly, TT not about to do nothing with her for the baby. But here's the thing. Egypt just is on the fence for real. Because Egypt like, I'm not going to show you my whole house. You know, I'm going to wait and see where we are, see how this goes. And then I might possibly show you the rest of my house. You know, she's like, because, you know, I don't know where we are for real. Like I said, filler episode, trash. Trash this week. I'm sorry. It was literally a whole bunch of Nut Run Up Hip Hop, season 7, episode 6, aka Mending Fences, aka the filler episode. I'm out of there. I catch y'all next week.